What's up, everybody? How y'all do? How y'all do? Happy Sunday. Can't believe it's Sunday. Doesn't feel like Sunday. But anyway, this is Joseph, artist, founder, and president of the ONYXCON. Hope all of y'all are well. We're on the precipice of a new year. Yeah. So as I was saying, and as you can see, yeah, the work is never over. As a matter of fact, the week has began. While the rest of y'all watching football, let's see, please. Okay. Somebody sending a message saying, please don't knock or ring the doorbell. I never do unless requested. I don't do that. I know that in some of these apps, they say, ring the doorbell. No, no, no. Most people, I don't even know why they say that, because most people don't want you to do that. Because most people with houses, they got kids, and if the kids are taking a nap or the baby's sleep, man, you done ruined the day. And I know what that is, because I'm an uncle, and I remember them days when I was doing all that part of duty. I mean, I ain't dealing with no babies no more. You kids growing up now, but boy, when they were little, oh my gosh, please don't knock on the door. No, please no. It's like setting off a bomb. Just cry just to cry. You know, I ain't even mad about that. Oh man, no. So no, I don't. They ain't got to send me that message. I'm good. You don't worry about me. You won't even know I was there. Your bags and everything right there. And was it a car out there? No, it's gone. Pew, you know, pew. Put the pew on it. Anyway, y'all, I'm just observing as time goes on. Wow, this site of a building area that I always knew they were going to build where they are now about to set up, but they got it ready. They about to start putting up the houses, and I laugh because right next to it over here, there's a bunch of swamp land I'm looking at. And I'm like, man, ain't nowhere in the hell I live that close to them marsh. Yeah, I go visit stuff like that. You don't live close to stuff like that, because I tell you, when it rains, it pours. And once upon a time, this whole street that I'm going over right now got flooded when the local little creek that's attached to over flooded, and it was up to the street. I mean, you could see it. You know, it wasn't covering the street, but it was like, damn, we had that much rain back then. So yeah. And we keep getting the threat of rain, but no rain yet. And it's kind of warmish today. It's not cold. It's just cool. Yeah, 68 degrees, cloudy, which I cannot stand that sometimes. I mean, a day of it, fine. Next day, I need the sun. Like yesterday, it got a little sunny for a minute. That felt so good. It charges me. I don't feel, y'all see me just like, you know, look a little drowsy. That's what that is. It does that to me. It just makes me want to just, man, this cloudy weather just make me want to sleep, man. I know I couldn't live nowhere regularly that gets, like they talk about places like Oregon, they're so beautiful. Yeah, for a visit. Because when I hear about how much rain it gets, Seattle gets so much rain, I don't mind. I do want to visit. These are places I would like to see. Just a visit. No. And all that dreary, London, fog, no. Y'all can keep all that. All that stuff that look like that, nope. My body is tropical. I'm geared towards tropical environments. Palm trees, sunny skies, fresh fruit, fresh fish, lots of fishing options, beautiful women, good music, and good energy, high energy. Yeah. Now that's me. That's me. We're going to make that more and more of the channel somehow, some way in 2025 and 2026. See, I got to get used to saying it. It's about to be that switch. It's about to be that switch, y'all. 26. We got to, let's start training ourselves now. You know how it go for the first month and a half, all the way into February. You still be writing 25 and signing stuff and putting 25. And, we got to start training your brain right now so you don't get lost in that. Oh gosh, I hate to be yawning like this on y'all. I'm sorry. I'm just, damn, see what it do to you? I don't know maybe I didn't get enough sleep last night too. Let me just be honest about that. I was up late. I shouldn't have been, because I have no bad habit of that anymore. I had broken it for about almost a month because I had to get up early to do these rides with this other app. The one that should it remain nameless. It hasn't, because I've already done videos about it. But that V-ho, me and that hoe done broke up. I don't mess with hoes, man. This hoe tried to control a brother, man. Tried to play a brother's time and everything. But no, I done learned what I gotta do. I done learned what I gotta do with that one. Between that one and my other apps that I work with, just pick and choose what days you're gonna go out for it. It's still worth having on my phone, still using, but it's one of them, you know, do it sparingly. Make them miss you. Don't let them get too comfortable thinking, because they talk a lot of ish. The app is jacked up. They know it's jacked up, and they still have a nerve to kind of act like when stuff go wrong, you tell them about it. You know, the slightest thing you do, they got something to say. And I'll be like, you ought to let everything pass. You know, you really do. You ought to let it all pass, because you are a hot mess, VO. Yes, y'all, and you don't stop. So, I was talking about everything that's coming with 2026 and how we moving. So as you will notice, we've been doing more and more shorts, and I've been trying to make sure every day I do at least one long video. And they don't really, when I say long, I'm saying edited in the main feed, not shorts. Okay, but that don't mean they're long. I'm purposefully trying to keep everything under 20 minutes, if not like 16, 15, and at best 10 minutes, because I know that's y'all attention span if y'all do take time to watch anything longer than 30 seconds to a minute, because that's why shorts be just killing it with this low attention span we got going on in the world right now. To my young audience, I don't even expect y'all to hear me when I say that. Y'all didn't even stay long enough to let me finish that sentence, so I'm not even talking to y'all when I say I need y'all to watch longer content. You know, I cherish all my people being here that enjoy what they enjoy within reason, because some of this is not for young folks. I say that all the time, and I'm gonna stand on it forever. My channel ain't for kids. There's stuff here kids could enjoy, but let adults be the ones who share that with them. That's the way you're supposed to be watching the ONYXCON channel on YouTube. Okay, we don't have a kids channel. Maybe in the future we'll do that, but first we got to get successful with this one. You see, kids channel, that's a whole nother headache, and I ain't, no, I'm not interested. I'm not interested. When I get to the point if I'm ready to do that, I'll have somebody manage that for me, and maybe we'll do a spinoff, kid-based content only, where, you know, I'll put all the best of my cute animal moments and just cute stuff in general, educational stuff, because a lot of our stuff that's for the adults is for any age, but again, right between it and in the choice of music, I'm gearing my stuff towards adults. So I'm gonna play my hip hop, and sometimes that's gonna be, you know, it's gonna have them lyrics that ain't for no kid in my world. You know, in this new world that some of y'all living in, y'all don't have no limits. Kid can listen to everything I'm listening to. They can do everything you doing as an adult. That's foul, and that's why you getting all these crazy ass grown folk, because y'all not doing no kind of parenting. Some of y'all. You know, I had a whole video, and it's funny about that too. I had a whole video I had done called, I said, Atlanta, stop being so damn ratchet. And I meant that. And I put it out after I had went on the Beltline in that video. If y'all seen my latest Beltline video, walking on the Beltline. But it didn't post. It kept, like, it was just spiraling. Like, I'm talking about for 2 days, this thing wouldn't, I said, something wrong with that. Something is wrong with that. Because when I'm home on Wi-Fi, I understand when I'm riding around, it can't connect. But when I'm home, any video that's been trying to connect will eventually connect within a few hours. It never posted. And then another video that was even longer about just my experience on the Beltline, that one posted. So I knew then, I said, okay, maybe it's the universe telling me I wasn't supposed to post that. Yeah, I just went too strong for my audience, or something about that's gonna come back later on me and not look so favorable because of what I said, the way I said it. I stand on anything I say, but that's all I can say for it, because I went off at one point in the end, and I thought to myself, maybe that was not meant to be in the public. You know, like, you might step on too much of your audience, some part of it, because I got an international audience, you know, and yeah, but the domestic one that I'm especially speaking to things happening here, and in particularly in Atlanta, you know, I was giving an example. I was saying there was this guy on the Beltline, grown dude who had to be in his 20s or 30s, with either his child or he's an uncle. It had that vibe to it, because his boy looked just like him, you know, or enough like him that you would think that must be his dad or his uncle, you know, or cousin, somebody family, right? Definitely an older guardian. And they were riding on these little scooters, and people love to play their music on the Beltline. Like some people love to just have like a Bluetooth box, whatever, and they bumping something loud. What? My thing about music, when in a public domain, okay, where everybody can have, it's like going to the beach and people playing music on the beach, or go near a pool in an apartment complex or something like that. People play whatever they want to play. Guess what? You still should be considerate of everybody else's ears, what they into, what they might not be into, what might be offensive. You can't truly gauge that. But everybody with any kind of common sense, if you know you come from a rough situation, and you so tough, and it was hard for me, and this is just how it was where I was from, and we do it like this. Well, guess what? Everybody else don't necessarily do it like that. And it's not to say everybody else can't completely relate at all, because some, people like myself, I know people from all walks of life, so I understand a lot of things that people don't expect me to understand if they don't know me, okay? But that don't mean I want to hear unfiltered, uncensored trap rap on the Beltline. And to make it worse, the child had the damn Bluetooth speaker thing on his handlebars of his scooter. And I'm like, this where somewhere in the world, in the universe, it's a known fact this is ass backwards. First of all, he's only maybe 6 or 7. The guy who's with him looks to be 25 to 30. Why are you out here encouraging? Yeah, y'all. So, like I said, so it was like this dude, with this kid playing this trap rap with all this cussing, M-bomb. I'm like, this is a 6-year-old kid. So, if he's listening, he's bobbing his head along to it, like, yeah, that's my favorite jam. I'm like, man, this is the little, thug wannabe kid at somebody's school who is a little asshole. Guaranteed. I'm sorry. The music is going with a certain energy, and you're too young to interpret what the hell you're hearing and really understand the full meaning. I don't care who done taught you whatever and got you doing certain things just to be their little puppet, because that's what some of these guys that are older will do with a child. They just treat them like, let me make a little mini me, and it's all cute, and they think it's a joke. They get the kid to act like a thug like them or something. Like, no, man. These children don't understand what they're doing. You don't understand what the hell you're doing. And it's just a broken cycle being passed down. It's disgusting. It's freaking disgusting. And it's like, the sick part is, the worst of the worst part is, for all the stereotypes, this was a young, black guy and his little boy, And I said, damn, man, what the hell? Like, for real, like, I always say, I don't believe in the phrase for the culture, because there's no one culture for who represents me. Like, oh yeah, there's no we. All this what we do type energy that people love to talk. Man, I ain't got no damn we. I got me. There's y'all and there's me. You do what you do, I do what I do. We might have some commonalities because of cultural things. Like with everybody who's an American citizen, I don't care what your ethnicity, we have some American commonalities just from being from this place. Whether we like each other, agree with each other politically or socially or whatever, doesn't matter. We have some likenesses, but where we don't intersect, we don't at all. And that's just that. That's why I say for the cultures. So when I see that kind of stuff, man, it bothers me, because it's like, I know this is if that becomes, and it's becoming more normal. I remember the first time I ever kind of really, it had been the thing, but it really noticed it. I was in LA, and I was at Golden Apple, which is still a dope comic book shop. I love that shop. And the old Golden Apple, not the new one, because I don't know about the new one. I don't even know if they have a DJ anymore. When I went into it in 24, it didn't have a DJ, but the old one used to have, it was a bigger space. They used to have a DJ in there sometimes. And if the DJ wasn't even at the booth, they just played music in the store. And it was always, typically whatever's mainstream, whatever's hot. So, of course, that was, they playing hip-hop and stuff, right? And so, hey, what's up? So, they were playing what they were playing, and it was like some kind of I don't know. I don't remember what it was specifically. I just know, put it like this. As soon as I heard the first cuss word, I said, uh-oh, this is uncensored. You know? Because, I mean, it's like, fine, if you're in your own car, if you're in your own space, whatever. But, like, if I were a manager of a store, a restaurant, anything, I don't care if you said, if the name of the place was Ratchet Trap Bar or store or whatever, or restaurant, that don't mean that only ratchet, stupid ass, ghetto ass, ignorant ass, urbanized, and that's it mindsets are gonna come in there. You're gonna get all types of people to come in the place. I promise you. Just because people, human nature, are curious. Oh, what is this? Oh, I don't know. Let's go in. Let's have a bite. Like some people are. When people say they foodies, there are people who are foodies to it. Just a restaurant. All right, I want to try it. That's it. They don't even care if it mess their stomach up, make them say, I ain't like that. I ain't like that at all. I really don't eat out. So I laugh when I see, people take that for granted and think that the energy won't catch them in their own stupidity one day. Like you're going to get caught with your mess, thinking that you're doing something that nobody else is good. I got my select audience. That's the only people. It's like what I had to learn about being right here on YouTube. I learned, I don't like this about it. I don't like that even though I push the button that says this is for adults. This content is not for kids. No matter what it is, even if it's the cutest, I'll tell you all the time. Yeah, I do stuff that you can show your kids if you got kids. But you, the adult, choose what they can see and not see. That's the way I'm making my stuff. That's where if I ever get audited for my channel, they're going to have a zillion times of me saying what I just said. So ain't nobody going to be able to indict me on a damn thing. I'll be like, man, that man always stood on what he said. He always said, this ain't for kids to begin with. If you want to show it to your kids, fine. But he never said it was for kids. That way, I'm out of the, if I want to cuss, if I want to say whatever I got to say, I'm doing what I intended to do. But I'm not going to be foolish to think that no one else could be watching. Because I know kids ain't supposed to be watching, but they still be watching. Because every now and then when somebody be in my comments, I say, well, who are you and where you from and where you at and all this kind of thing. Matter of fact, somebody's talking to me now. Where are you from? Where you at? You must be a subscriber, so I appreciate you because only my subscribers can talk. I only let subscribers talk. So what's up? Shout out to you for being that. How old are you? Where you from? Where you at? Talk to me. And the last time I did that, the other day ago, it was like, what was that child? The child was like, they said they were 14. Oh, no, that was one on another live. And then there was one that said they were 12. And I said, in both cases, I said, you babies, what the heck you babies up in here? Why I get all these babies? Like, I know there's grown folk. Now, a majority of people who follow my channel are grown. But I don't really want a lot of kids. I'm not that person. I'm not looking for kid audience. I'm not, what's that dude's name who's so famous on YouTube? I'm not Mr. Beast. You know what I'm saying? A grown dude who acts obnoxiously kiddie-like to attract kid. No, man, I'm a grown-ass man. That's period. I got a silly side. I got a fun side. I might be, humorous. I mean, hell, as an uncle, I've cracked my niece and nephew up. So I know I'm appealing to all ages. But that still ain't my intention. I tell them, I said, don't you be watching my channel. I straight up tell them, especially my nephew, because they both on the tablets and stuff. They born with a damn technological device in their hand. I tell them, do not be looking at my channel unless my sister, your aunt, my sister, his mama, is over your shoulder. Make sure it's what I need you to be seeing, because all my stuff ain't for kids, man. Most of it ain't. Okay, yeah, I mean that. Don't say I didn't never tell you. Don't say I didn't never tell you. I'm telling you. I mean that. Okay, that's what I'm talking about. Grown people's in the house. 25, and he's in India. Shout out to India, man. We got a lot of subscribers from India. Appreciate y'all. India got much respect, and I appreciate it. Tell me this. I got a curiosity, seriously, though. And I know, and the great thing about India is I know a great majority of Indians do speak English, so there's that cultural bridge that I don't have to worry about not being understood for the most part. Of course, there's always a culture gap. In America and abroad, as a single straight man, I love ladies and I love Indian women. Y'all have some of the most gorgeous women on the planet. I'll tell anybody that. I love me some Indian women. I really do. In my experience, I've dated two. So, and here's the thing. I've always been curious I think when I get so many subscribers from India or people, because when I look at my numbers from India, like it's not just one place, it's regions. It'll be like 6 regions from India of people that, like this channel, and I appreciate it. So I'm always curious, because of my look, Do y'all first glance think that I'm Indian? Be honest. I'm asking you, the one that's looking, if you're still looking. I'm just curious. Did you think when you first saw the channel, if you know, it may not have been me that you saw, because I do other stuff where you don't even see me. Sometimes I just repost stuff. I talk about stuff. Sometimes it's original content, like my joint Cyberpunk ATL. If you haven't seen it, it's a fan fiction piece. Sometimes it ain't got, well, I am a character in that, but still, it's not me. It's, it's an AI version of me that I've created and everything. But I'm saying, like, I wonder if a lot of Indian folks in my audience, they say, oh yeah, that's the brother. Like, I am your brother, but I mean, like, do they literally think I'm Indian? You feel me? I'm curious. I'm just curious. That's all. That's all. That's just a side question. He said, nah, you didn't, because Indian have a different look. Yeah, but I do know some Indian, yes, definitely. But I do know that there are Indian peoples that have, first of all, Indian people don't have no one look. Come on now. There is no, y'all got, yeah, I mean, come on, the country is so broad. And I've met people from different regions. And I know how, I mean, there's Indians in India that, we speak of, I don't know how much you know of, actual genetic history and everything, but the Dravidians, who were the first in what is now India, who directly are known to have come from Africa. Like all of the world came out of Africa. That's a fact. Now, if you can't agree with that, we can't even talk, because the conversation's over. I don't debate that. Some people are so, I don't want to be African. I don't want to be nothing connected to those black people. Well, if you don't like black people, what the fuck you looking at me for? Because I'm black. Hey, straight up. Ain't no apologetic about being black over here. We love black and brown over here. We love everybody, but we gonna damn sure love some black and brown over here. We ain't doing that. So I laugh when people say, a look, like there's no one look. Like, I went to Malaysia, and most of the Indians there are from South India. I don't know what part you're from, tell me. And man, I'll never forget some of the brethren and sisters I met there. There was a brother at one of the hotels I went to. I said to myself, man, I would love just what I know it would do to some black Americans that think they, some folk don't know and then other people do know. But for the ones who don't know that your features are not singular, like you're not the only people that look like you in certain places, that you wouldn't think other people look like that. This brother at the desk literally looked like his features were bold, broad. He didn't have aquiline features. I know I have, more aquiline features, etc. This brother's features, he had a broad nose, bold, big lips, everything, very dark skin. He had, that richest melanin complexion. And he was a tall brother too. His brother was tall as I don't know what. He had to be about 6'5" or something. And real big dude, like, football player big. And and had the jet black, wavy straight hair, cut short or whatever, as I remember in my memory. But if you took that hair off and put an afro in any style, box, braids, put him anywhere in America, that's a black man, period. Black American, African American. Go and put him somewhere in Africa. The look is a look. What makes us us is culture. He says, I am Northeast Indian, actually. I hope you heard about the Hornbill Festival. Is that a reference to the bird, the hornbill? Because I haven't heard of it. Nagaland. If not, it's okay. I'm from Nagaland. Okay, I'll look up Nagaland. Yeah. Appreciate that, man. Sentences like that changed my life. I appreciate that. That kind of information, that one sentence right there could change my life, because I'm the kind of brother, I travel when I got the funds to do so. I love travel. And it'll just be somebody saying just what you just said. I don't know if you've ever heard of, boom, that one word. First of all, hornbill, because I love birds. And I'm assuming that's dealing with the hornbill bird family, because there's many species of those. But if it is, I'm already intrigued, because I'm a birder in a way. I love animals and creatures, other parts of nature in general. Yes, it's about the bird. Oh, hell yeah, I'm there. I'm ready to look that up already. Nagaland. Shout out to Nagaland, man. I hope I'm saying it right. Is it Nagaland? Is that how you can give it a little bit more flavor? Or is it, hope I'm saying it. But yeah, Nagaland, yes, man, what? I'll check that out. Hell yeah. Hornbill Festival, that sounds real cool. And plus, any festival, Because then I know people are doing traditional things. They're going to be in their regalia, you know, whatever type of, that's right, word. I said it right. Okay, Nagaland. Yeah, man, I got to go to Nagaland then. Hell yeah. Got to check that out. Northeast India, y'all. Shout out to Northeast India. Nagaland is in the house. We're talking about the Hornbill Festival there. This is what I'm talking about, man. This is the kind of people. Appreciate you today, man. I appreciate you, Cyrus Yanthan. Shout out to Cyrus, man. This is the kind of people I want subscribe to my channel, because it's people who are intelligent. They ain't on here to troll and be a little trick and say stupid stuff. They're here to talk about something intelligent, share some knowledge. Each one teach one. This is what I'm talking about in 2026. Thank you. You're a prime example of my kind of people right now. I appreciate that. Because, like, I was going to say, too, like, you know, with one word, things change your life. I always tell the story, and I'll tell it again if you haven't heard me say this. I don't know how new to the channel. How long have you been subscribed to the channel? Let me know that. How long have you been here? And let me ask you this. What's your favorite part of our content? Because we do multi-niche. It's not, you know, it's not one topic. It's not one thing. I cover a lot of stuff. I be gaming. I go to festivals. I deal with music. I do reviews. I watch movies. I hike. I fish. I be out in the rest of nature. Notice I said the rest because we are one with, okay? You know, we about that life for real, man. Art life is creative existence over here. It's ONYXCON. That's what we do. That's us. So tell me, how long have you been here as a subscriber? What do you enjoy most so far? Or have you discovered? Because there's plenty. And I think a lot of my subscribers, they don't really explore. They just dabble and they don't really know. Okay, so he's super new. He said, it was a day before yesterday I joined your channel. Okay, what video did you see, or what did you see that made you join the channel? Like, were you watching a short? Was it a live like this? Was it some long content? And please look at the playlist and watch some long content. And tell your friends, because you seem like you're an intelligent gentleman. Some birds of a feather, Nagaland hornbills. We need y'all to get together. You know what I mean? We need all of the hornbills together. You know, I'm joking, but I love hornbills. Those are cool birds. Like, get all of the birds of a feather together, bro. We need people watching that, you know, got some sense, man. I want to feel like whenever I finally visit India, I want to get off the plane like I'm already a legend, you know? He said short, but it was a short, but it was amazing. Okay, do you remember what it was about? Because like I say, I post so much stuff. It could have been a toy, it could have been a shoe, it could have been, like, literally, I know what I post. I post, you know, fashion stuff, nature stuff, reactions. Like, somebody else could be talking, I'm just doing faces, showing my expressions about it. You know, really important if you can remember. It would help me to know what's getting through to my audience, because I see the numbers, and yeah, that says a lot. Like, for instance, I did one about the brother who was a black man who was the voice of Destro on G.I. Joe, the original cartoon, the legendary Cobra character, the villain character Destro, who's one of the coolest characters ever in G.I. Joe history. And then he also did Devastator for Transformers. And I didn't even know officially that man was black like that. Because we used to joke about it as a kid. You know your people when you hear certain voices. It's like, you know, we were talking about things that make stuff unique. I know as an Indian man, if you hear a certain accent, you might be, I mean, everybody else just make their little jokes and try to pretend like they know how Indians sound, but there's different inflections from the north to the west to the south. Everybody's regionally got different stuff. And then there's all those other languages, so many languages. I know in my experience when I was dating the ladies I knew, one was Tamil, and the first lady I ever knew, she was Kannada. Okay, both were South, but, you know, totally different languages, you know, may have a few words in common. You know what I'm saying. But it's different, you know. He says, I think it was about shoes, if I remember. Okay, cool. So you're a sneakerhead, you're into shoes? Well, come visit Nagaland. Trust me, you will love it. But I'm there. I always say, there's not a place in this world I wouldn't come, as long as I'm welcome, as long as it's peaceful, as long as ain't no pandemic in effect, as long as ain't no war in effect. If they ain't shooting, if ain't enough people coughing to get me sick, if the women are beautiful, if y'all got some mild food, because I know how spicy all Indian food be, good Lord have mercy. I done had some good mild food though. And then I got a special diet as I get older, so I have to be real careful about how much of certain things I eat. So it's hard too, because I love curry, but I'm not supposed to eat a lot of curry. I'm not supposed to really mess with curry at all, but it's high in some of the stuff I can't eat. But damn, I love curry. Good gosh, it's just that red curry, especially. That's that yellow and that red. That's ooh, can't play with that green. Some of the the orange and the almost yellow, because even yellow starts getting hot. That yellow and green be like lava. Some of the red be hot lava too. It depends on what's in it, you know. Yeah, yeah. I'd love to visit, man. I'm gonna definitely check out. I'm gonna do some research after I get off this live and find out more about it. Find out about that festival and everything. But yeah, you know, it's like so many people. So many people, and I took a screenshot so I don't forget. I literally just so I can look that up later, because I don't want to be like, damn, what did he say? What did he say? He said, I suggest you one thing if you want to visit. He said during December, from December 1st to the 10th. If not, you can come anytime. Okay, why is that the best time though? Is it the heat? Is that when, is that the season? Is it more hot other times? Is it, what is it? Because I know how that heat is a thing. And I heard on the rainy seasons, I know different places got rainy seasons. I know India got one. So tell me, what is that? Is it because of that? Is it the weather? Is it the heat? I don't mind long replies too. I know they don't let you write but so many words. Like, I know the app will cut you, but I don't mind. Say as much as you can. Oh, okay, that's the time of the festival. Okay. Very cool. Very cool. Well, damn, I missed it. I just missed it. I know y'all had a ball, though. I know y'all had a ball. That's what's up, man. Heck yeah. But like I was going to say, about how, one word or notice of something like this can change your life. I don't take these moments for granted, because I had a situation when I went to República Dominicana, Dominican Republic, as they say in America, but that's really how you say it in Spanish. It's RD, not DR. But there's a place called Samana. It's in the norte. Gorgeous. Literally one of the most beautiful places on the island. I can guarantee it's one of the most beautiful areas of the island. From not just my experience, but other actual Dominicans saying that. And a young lady I was talking to that I was trying to connect with when I got there, and at first everything was all flirty good and looking real right. And within months, and here's a tip to my single fellas too. I'm gonna tell you something. If you're trying to pregame and meet a lady, what I've learned, it's hard not to do, but it is the truth of it. If you don't know when you're gonna go and you meet somebody, you can't tell life, oh well, hell, I don't want to talk to you because you so fine, but I don't want to talk to this lady because it's too close to when I'm gonna go. And no. Let life be life. You might find the love of your life. You never know, or it could just be a good moment you're supposed to have. Whatever. She was literally like, we talked for about maybe off and on, should I say, 3 months prior to me getting there. The problem was, because it was so much time, what I've learned, and it ain't always true, but it's generally true. Fine women gonna always keep enough dudes coming at them that somebody else gonna get their interest at some point, right? So one of her exes, it's always the stupid ass ex, right? Came back to her begging for another chance in the middle of us chatting. We getting to know each other better. We starting to flirt more. It's feeling like, yeah, this is definitely who I'm gonna hang out with. Let me get my money together so I can take care of both of us while I'm there, and we'll be good, and it'll be a really good time. Because she mentioned this Samana place. And it changed my whole trip. I didn't know nothing about it. I asked her, I said, where would you go if you could go anywhere for a vacation? And she was like, see, some of y'all acting stupid. Ha ha, block for the trolls trick. Somebody tried to say something. This message was held for review. I ain't viewing shit while I'm live. Because if you said something foul, you understand? We don't play them games over here. Grown man talk. So anyway, I said to her, yeah, I gotta see this. I've never heard of this. She's like, yeah, that's where I would go. That's a beautiful place. I said, word. Hell yeah. So the closer it got to the trip, and I'm even telling her, I was like, yo, we gonna hang. She's like, cool. I mean, everything's all good. Then she gets, caught up with the dude, stops talking for me. I was like, where you been? What's up? You starting to, don't ghost me now, because I will block. I don't have no damn patience no more. The older I get, I don't wait. I don't play. There's too many people in the world. There's too many damn women in the world to be playing around worrying about one if she start tripping. Hello, that's a little advice. Take it or leave it. So I said, man, please, I'm gonna keep it pushing if she don't act right. She finally starts, I'm sorry, and she tells me the situation. I'm like, oh, God. Why do y'all? I pretty much told her, I said, why y'all always fall for this silliness? That dude, they always gonna show up when you feeling somebody else and you're having a good time. Don't you know that? I know, but I said, okay, all right. Well, I really appreciate you mentioning Seminar because I'm going there, and it should have been with you. Oh, you're gonna love it. Yeah, I sure am. But it would have been greater with you. So it didn't happen, right? But what did happen is Seminar happened, and I have no regrets. Absolutely incredible. Absolutely incredible. It's what the postcards are made of. People be showing all them images. They're not showing you Santo Domingo, okay? They're not showing you the damn city. The city is a city like a city. I mean, it's just city. That's all it is. City like a mud. It's got its, charm in some places. In Zona Colonial, all that's got a lot of good stuff, cool stuff, because that's the tourist zone, of course. But besides that, it's just city. There's some nice malls, beautiful women, period. But, you know, it ain't what you see in the postcard. It ain't what somebody's showing you when they do that drone shot in that crystal clear water and all. That's that other stuff. You understand? That's that other stuff. So yeah, it gets wild, man. It gets wild with the way it goes. But you got to really just enjoy the moments. And when you meet good people that give you some information, like I say again, brother, I appreciate you mentioning that because I'm gonna check out this Hornbill Festival and look it up because that will be the kind of stuff that I'll be like, all right, I'm gonna do that. I gotta go see that. And it all started with just this mention in a conversation in a live. Stuff like that. That lady telling me one thing about Seminar. Never had heard of it before. All people talk about the same places. They talk about the same places and let the American folk who just on some ratchet stuff can't see a vacation without some drama. They want to go somewhere and feel danger. I don't know what that's about. That's a real weird psychology to me. I don't want to be nowhere where you got to be looking over your shoulder every second. Like, I thought this was a vacation. You're supposed to be relaxing. But some folk, they program their minds to thinking that it's something normal about being on edge all the damn time. So they make all these videos on YouTube about most dangerous place in the world I went. Like, why? 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 Like, yo, oh gosh. Hold tight, y'all. I'll be right back. Yep. Well, yeah, I tell you, interesting world. A lot of stuff going on. A lot of possibilities out here for what you can do in a life. You know what I'm saying? A lot of stuff. But anyway, yeah, we want to travel. We do not know want to. We're gonna travel in 26. That's one of the number one things on my must-do list for the new year. Absolutely must go. And it's not always easy to make a way. It never is. It's always a challenge until you can get, financially stable. Excuse me, which is why I'm always stressing what we want out of getting the monetization. It's not just, some people just want money for money's sake. Some people just want to throw it in other people's face for what they got. It ain't about that for me. Not at all. It's about living my best life and being an example to other people. If they say, man, I want to do that too. I didn't even know that existed. I didn't know that you could do that. I didn't know that that was a thing. I didn't know that this, that. That's what we share. That's what we about. And for everybody who can appreciate that, that's why I say subscribe, like everything you watch. Watch the long content, not just the shorts. Help this thing grow because it's going to be awesome. Yes, sir. Have a good one, man. I appreciate you mentioning that again. I'm going to look it up. Thank you. Have a good one, bro. For sure, man. Yes, indeed. That's where it's at, man. Travel, travel, travel. I got to go. And I'm going to go. Still on the top of my list remains, I say this all the time whenever the topic comes up because I can't help it. I just think about all them places. On the continent, Africa, got to go to Egypt, Kemet, the original name, Kemet. Got to go to Kenya, birthplace of humanity, first oldest bones on the planet, Homo sapiens sapien. Hello. Got to see Kenya. Shout out to Kenya. I want to go to a Kenyan rugby game too. I done talk about just stuff coming up. This wasn't even a conversation. This was just when the algorithm is acting right on social media. I don't know what prompted it, but I think because I was looking at just other content from the continent, and it wasn't even from Kenya. It was like I was watching these wrestling matches in Sudan, and I knew about traditional African wrestling traditions all over the continent. There's different ones. And this one was pretty common to what I'm used to seeing with the rules of, the guys wrestle until somebody falls, and if they land on their back, that's the end of the match. And then they'll sometimes allow striking. In other cases, there's no striking traditionally. A lot of them don't do that, but then some of them do. And like this was one where they weren't so much like punching, they was like slapping. Like they try and get a quick slap or grab behind the neck to try to pull the guy, get him off his legs, and then take him down. And I never saw an official takedown because all these guys were that good, but the matches are long and they are entertaining. It's crazy because these guys are so big. They're tall as shit. They're like, each one of them is like a living tree. These dudes look like they're all 7 foot. And they were in this dusty field. And it wasn't Lam, but it reminded me of Lam, which is in Senegal. The traditional wrestling they do in Senegal, which is definitely on my list of something to see in this lifetime. That's amazing. Lam is incredible. And I've been knowing about that for years, for a long time. But this, again, like I said, was somewhere, I think, in Sudan, if I had to guess where. But I think just watching that prompted other African sports. So I started seeing these videos for rugby and showing, like, some of their champions, like the top stars on their team. Man, them guys are tanks. And I don't care what nobody says. As much as I love American football at its best, and I'm not like the diehard fan. If I were, I wouldn't be sitting in this car right now. I'd be in front of a TV no matter what. But I'm like I tell you all the time, I'm a casual fan. I'm gonna watch highlights, check some scores, and be done. It ain't that serious to me. I just wait on I look forward to seeing maybe a couple of these playoff games, and the Super Bowl, of course. That's about all I'll really be tuned into. Every year, I'm gonna watch less than 5 games, and if I ever sit down to watch 5, I'm gonna be doing other stuff while the game is on. It's like nostalgia. Background noise. It just reminds me of family times and holidays, and it just sometimes I just need that sound in the background. It's a vibe. But yeah, I don't lose no sleep over no teams, put it like that. Like the other day I had on my Jacksonville Jaguars cap. I was in this store, and this brother who was doing security at the store, he what's this talking about? Oh, okay, I thought that was a message that I need to pay attention. And he came up talking about right before I left, like, "Oh man, shoot, you got on that Jaguars, Ken. What you got on that Jaguars for?" I said, "Oh gosh, here we go." So I know he just want to play. So I'm glad I wasn't in a bad mood because I thought to myself, I understand when people do that, but I usually don't do that to people I don't know, or if I don't see an energy about them that is inviting. Like if I'm if the person's minding it and I was very much in a mind my business, I'm just in here to get what I need and get the hell on. It's best not to approach. But I know he cocky, he's security, he got on the bulletproof vest. He holding something if he got on the vest. He feeling himself. He'll talk to anybody. Hey, man, maybe, it was a younger dude. It's always these younger mofos. Not dumb young, like 20-something, but stupid young, like 30-something that ought to know better. Yeah. And I just laughed. I thought to myself, I'm gonna play the game with him because he don't understand that you just sometimes just leave well enough alone, bro. You don't know nobody. Don't ask nobody about what they wearing. Just let it be whatever they got on. That's their business, you know. Unless you being friendly about it. If you coming kind of edgy about it, but it's like passive aggressive. But I'm from here, so I know the joke. So I was like, okay, he ain't no harm. He want to play. All right, bro. What's up, man? What you talking about? He want to do that. So I was like, I said, hey, man, I got family down there. You know what I'm saying? So I support them. I'm with the Jags. They cool with me. I said, but I'm from here. And I said that real strong, so he understood. Don't get it twisted, man. You wasn't born when I was talking about ATL for the first time and yelling Atlanta this, Atlanta that, and ATLians. And man, I'm looking at this dude like, I don't understand what it is about guys that are younger. Man, muscle mass must make a motherfucker think they grown. The more muscle they got, they think they older than they are. I was physically smaller than this man, but I'm not afraid of you because of your vest or nothing. I'm not afraid of I'm not gonna be afraid. I done been through them stages in life. I'm past that. The phrase I live by: fear is a choice. Danger is real, but fear is a choice. Will Smith. After Earth. Classic, the greatest line in the entire movie. Love that movie too. It's a good movie. I don't care what nobody say. People diss it. It was a good movie. I ain't gonna say it was amazing, but it was a good movie. It was a good sci-fi father-son movie. But people tried to act like it was, what is this mess? People said so much, and the critics went, and then when the critics jumped on it, a bunch of bandwagon goofies in the regular public started talking shit, and the next thing you know, the film went into obscurity. Years later, people say, I saw that movie, it wasn't too bad. It was never too bad. You just led instead of making your own choice on something. Come on. But anyway, just like sports, make your own choice on something. If you like college sports, what is every NFL team made of? Every freaking team you can name. I guarantee you they're going to have at least one player from a college that you like. So you're going to suddenly hate on the player because he ended up on a team that you don't like in the NFL? You're immature, you're goofy, and grow up. That's how I feel about that. You get all into these teams, man, your favorite, your ops, since y'all want to put street terms on everything that don't apply. You want to make teams that, I don't like them because that's our rivalry. Like, okay, with the Falcons, right? Being from Atlanta. New Orleans is supposed to be the rivalry. I got a homeboy from New Orleans. We'll joke about it, but do you really think I'm going to lose any sleep or say too much, even from a fan perspective as a friend, to disrespect his town? First of all, I love a lot of things about New Orleans. I look forward to going back to New Orleans to see some things I never saw when I've been to New Orleans. I still need to see these things. I'm not going to mess up my relationship with a place over a damn team that billionaires own, and they ain't got none of that money coming back directly to me. Man, fuck that shit. Fuck the game. Fuck the I wear whatever. I rock whatever. So anyway. So yeah, I like the Jaguars. So the dude was just making his little statement. He's like, hey, man, you supposed to be a dirty bird. I said, I'm a dirty bird by default, man. I'm from Atlanta. I said, but I'd rock with the Jags. He said, yeah, all right, man. All right, yeah, I know. It's just something to pass time in the hours till you get to your next cigarette break or lunch break or fuck off on your phone looking at twerkers on Instagram. Man, come on. But don't play with me. Come on. Don't act like it's really that big a deal. Like, I don't know. I guess I didn't hit all the right joke moments for him. Like, he kept his look of just disappointment while he was saying it. I was like, oh, I really care if a person I don't know, didn't know this morning, won't know when I go to sleep tonight, didn't like my choice of baseball cap today. That's going to haunt me. Grow up. Stop messing. And then to make it worse, don't disrespect your position. Just because you got the vest on and you're a security person, I'm not the threat, but man, there's some people out here gonna meet you right there. Meet a real thug ass dude from Jacksonville and ask him why he wearing the Jags. It might not just be tied to sports. You know what I'm saying? It's like there's so much gang mess tied in with sports stuff. Like, don't let none of that become a thing for you. Just stay in a neutral lane, bro. Just Leave that other shit alone, please. Just leave it alone. It ain't cool that people do that to this stuff, that they turn insignias that ain't got nothing to do with their street mess into something, but they do it. They do it, you know? Oh man, guilty by just showing up, right? So just like, yeah, man, just all that can miss me. Miss me with that nonsense. It's not cool. Not cool at all. Like, it's not cool that I've been waiting this damn long for an order. I hate it on Sundays. Like, Sundays should be popping. Sometimes they're not. Today it's not. That's not good. I don't like that. I'm about to get off here and get busy.